Now, a lot of the time, we tend to dream very big without asking ourselves what is actually required to get to said goal. For most of us, the main factor amongst the list of other ones that gets in the way of us accomplishing the things that we want to get done is money. Like it or not, it's the world that we live in. Money is the thing that unfortunately drives us at the moment. So in knowing that, going forward with any goal that you might have in mind, figuring out how much it's going to cost, or figuring out some form of a financial plan that you could develop for that goal is what's going to make that goal less of a goal and more of an objective. You know, a lot of the time we tend to say things because they sound nice. We say we want to do this, or we say we want to do that, we want to travel, but it's very rare that we actually start diving deeper into these goals. In order to dive deeper into the form of manifestation to where you could really bring the things that you want into reality, you need to know what's required of it. If you want to build a house, you need the blueprint. Once you start to break it down that way, you'll start to realize, okay, I need the blueprint, the plan. What's the plan? The plan is the vision that I have. That's the blueprint. I need materials. The material is probably going to be money. And then I need it to be tangible. We could dream as big as we want, but it has to be somewhat feasible. It has to be somewhat obtainable. I'm not saying that you can't dedicate your life to trying to do something that's never been done before, but if you're trying to bring something into fruition faster, you need some type of metric to see that it's possible. Because once you see that, it aids within that blueprint building process. Because once you see, oh, so-and-so built their business like this, all right, cool, I'm gonna take this layout and restructure it my way. I'm gonna redo it my way. You know, a big thing that I see a lot of people in this generation do is this mentality of like, oh, I can never work a 9 to 5, or like, nah, like that 9 to 5 shit just ain't it. And I hear you, I really do, don't get me wrong, I hear you, but at the same time we need to factor in that these 9 to 5 systems have systems. These 9 to 5s that you're going to, that you denounce, are still successful businesses, which means you can learn from that successful business how to start your own successful business. It's a mindset shift, it's a flip. Not only do you need operation money, but you need operation material. You need things to go off of. You need intel. And one of the best ways to get that intel is through behind the lines experience. If a soldier needs enemy intel, he's not gonna get it by staying at home base. He might, but he's gonna have to go behind enemy lines at some point if he really wants that intel. Even if it's just reconnaissance, even if it's just for a couple days, he's gonna have to go to the other side to get that information. You gotta think of a job the same way. You gotta think of school the same way. You may not want to do it, you may not like it, but in order to get that end result, you need to do that reconnaissance, you need to do that recon. So when you go into these jobs, try not to look at it as like, oh yeah, this ain't me. Look at it as, okay, you know, I'm here now. I know I'm not gonna be here forever, but while I'm here, let me make the most out of my time. This is a business, you know, even if I don't want to run the same exact business as this business that I'm working at, there are certain things I can learn here that I can apply to my own business. The moment you start looking for it, you will find it. You could work at a restaurant and have a clothing brand and still figure out how to have a better clothing brand if you just begin to think that way. If you allow yourself to look at it from that angle. A lot of the time we stop ourselves from seeing things from every angle possible just because we want to be so tight on our own vision. Like, no, it's not this, it's not that. Like, once you know what you want to do, anything and everything can become a resource that you can learn from. It's just whether or not you choose to observe it from that angle. You can look at a bookstore and get an idea for a color scheme for your clothing brand. The inspiration is there, the information is there, once you decide that you're gonna seek it out.